Have you ever walked into a room and forgotten why you went there? Have you ever met someone, heard their name, smiled politely, and forgotten it 5 seconds later? Have you ever spent hours studying something only to realize days later that you remember almost nothing? Most of us see forgetting as a weakness, a flaw, a failure of the mind. We complain about it, we fear it. We wish we could remember everything. But what if forgetting isn't a mistake? What if forgetting is one of the greatest abilities the human brain possesses? What if your brain isn't failing you? What if it's protecting you? Because the truth is this: the human brain was never designed to remember everything. It was designed to survive. And sometimes, survival requires forgetting. The brain's secret filter. Every second, your senses absorb an unimaginable amount of information. The color of the walls around you, the sound of distant traffic, the feeling of your clothes against your skin, the position of every object in your room. Thousands upon thousands of details flood your brain every moment. Now imagine if your mind stored every single one of them forever. Every conversation, every face you passed on the street, every advertisement, every insignificant detail from every day of your life. Your mind would become a crowded warehouse filled with useless information. You wouldn't be able to think. You wouldn't be able to focus. You wouldn't be able to function. So your brain makes a decision. It asks one question: is this important? If the answer is no, it lets it go. And that's why forgetting exists. Not because your brain is weak, because your brain is intelligent. Forgetting is a survival tool, long before smartphones, long before schools, long before modern civilization. Our ancestors faced a different challenge. They didn't need to remember thousands of passwords. They didn't need to memorize endless facts. They needed to remember one thing: how to stay alive. Where was the danger? Where was the food? Who could be trusted? What could kill them? The brain evolved to prioritize useful information. Not everything, just what mattered. And even today, your brain follows the same rule. It keeps what it believes is important, and it removes what it believes is unnecessary. Forgetting is not laziness, it's efficiency. The weight of perfect memory. Many people dream about having perfect memory, remembering every moment, every detail, every experience. But think carefully. Would that really be a gift? Imagine remembering every embarrassment, every rejection, every painful breakup, every insult, every mistake, every moment of grief, forever, unable to escape, unable to move on, unable to heal. The human heart depends on forgetting. Time softens pain because memory fades. The sharp edges of suffering become smoother. The wounds become scars. And life continues. Without forgetting, emotional pain could become a prison. Why emotions create memories? Have you noticed something strange? You may forget what you ate 3 weeks ago, but you remember your first love. You remember a heartbreaking goodbye. You remember moments that changed your life. Why? Because emotions tell the brain, this matters. The stronger the emotion, the stronger the memory. Fear, love, joy, loss, excitement. These emotions act like highlighters in the brain. They signal importance. That's why ordinary days disappear. But extraordinary moments remain. Your brain doesn't remember everything equally. It remembers what touched your soul. The danger of holding on. Sometimes people spend years replaying the same memories, the same failures, the same regrets, the same humiliations. They become trapped in the past, a prisoner serving a sentence that ended long ago. The memory remains alive.
Not because the event still exists,
but because they keep feeding it attention. The truth is, some memories deserve to be remembered, but others deserve to be released. Growth often begins when we stop reliving old pain and start creating new experiences. Sleep, the memory sculptor. Every night while you sleep, your brain performs an extraordinary task. It sorts through the events of the day. It strengthens some memories, weakens others, stores important information, deletes unnecessary clutter. Sleep isn't simply rest, it's maintenance, it's organization, it's memory management. And that's why lack of sleep makes remembering difficult. Because the brain never gets time to organize its library. The beauty of forgetting. There is a strange beauty in forgetting, because forgetting allows renewal. It allows healing. It allows forgiveness. Imagine if humanity remembered every conflict forever, every betrayal, every disappointment. We would never move forward. Forgetting creates space for new ideas, new relationships, new dreams, new versions of ourselves. Life constantly asks us to let go, and forgetting helps us do exactly that. Perhaps you've spent years criticizing yourself for forgetting things. Names, dates, facts, moments. But maybe forgetting isn't your enemy. Maybe it's your silent ally, working behind the scenes, protecting your focus, protecting your sanity, protecting your future. Because memory gives life meaning, but forgetting gives life freedom. And maybe true wisdom is not remembering everything. Maybe true wisdom is knowing what to keep and what to let go. Because the most important memories are not the ones that stay forever. They're the ones that change who you become. And sometimes, the greatest gift your mind can give you is the ability to forget. Fade to black.